Okay, let me start recording from here. So we began by expanding. You're going to be looking at sides once again. And we're going to have a simple review here about expansion first. And the first thing I'm saying that expand x in brackets x y plus z. And I'm saying that whatever is outside, you multiply with it with whatever is inside the brackets. So to give us x times y plus x times z, which finally gives us xy plus xz. Hope that you've done that already. Then the second part is 2 into brackets 3 plus 4x. When you expand that, still you multiply the 2 by whatever is inside that bracket there. So 2 times 3 brackets then plus 2 times 4x brackets gives us 6 plus 8x. We're going to have very many examples here before we go to our sides. Then the next part, part C, you can have it like this, that we have 2x plus 1 squared. So when you square that, we say that this is the same as 2x plus 1. You multiply it by itself, 2x plus 1, like that. And this means that whatever is in this bracket here, for example, this 2x is going to multiply everything in this bracket here. Likewise, whatever is here is going to multiply whatever is inside there. So that is what we do. And you can have it here as, so this is the same as 2x into brackets 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. Then plus this one here, plus 1 into brackets 2x plus 1. So in open brackets there, again, like what we've done for the previous examples A and B, you multiply this 2x by 2x, and you get 4x squared. In other words, 2x times 2x is the same as 2 times x times 2 times x, which is the same as 2 times 2 times x times x, which is the same as 4x squared. But of course, I don't have to write everything there. So I'll come back and say that this is the same as 4x squared. Then plus this 2x times the 1 to give me 2x. Then plus this 1 times this 2x will give us 2x. And then finally 1 times 1 will give us 1. So you can see that this is the same as 4x squared plus 2x plus 2x is the same as having 4x then plus 1. And that is our expansion for that part there. You can take a screenshot in case you haven't finished writing, or you let me know once you're done writing. So then after that, we can have part C here. Part C says that we have 2. Okay, we're now going to have this one as our last part, then go to Surds, expansion of Surds. Then we shall have 2x minus 1 into 4x minus 3. Still, the same thing is done here. We shall have this one as having 2x times whatever is in the other bracket, which is 4x minus 3. Then minus 1 into brackets 4x minus 3. So this is the same as, this is the same thing, 2x times 4x is the same as 2 times 4 times x times x, which gives us 8x squared. 2x times 3, there's a minus there, is the same as 2x plus, 2x, yes, 2x times, you can have here as a plus, you can have this one as a plus, then you have 2x times negative 3. This one will give us a negative. And once we have a negative and a positive, it will give us a negative already. But let me not do it like that. I'll simply have it as 2x times 3 would give us 6x. Then minus 1 times 4x, we get 4x. Then minus and minus gives us a positive. So 1 times 3 get a 3. In other words, negative 1 times negative 3 get a positive 3. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is the same as 8x squared. Minus 6 minus 4x will give us minus 10x, then plus 3. And that is our final answer on that. Then I can introduce in the square roots. You can have this one here. You can have 2, another part E. 2 into brackets, root of 3 plus 1. What do we have there? So this is the same as 2 times root of 3 plus 2 times 1. Remember, we're not using a calculator anywhere other than proving maybe. We shall say that this is the same as 2 root of 3, then plus a 2. And that is our answer. That is our answer. So the next number, part F. Part F, you can have root 2 into brackets, root 3, then plus 1. So this is the same as, this is part F. This is the same as root of 3, so root of 2 times root of 3 in brackets, then plus root of 2 times a 1. Now remember, we said that some of the rules of surds, when you're multiplying them, in case you have root A times root B, this is the same as A times B. Remember that. When you have A times root of B, this is the same as A root of B. That is what we have done in the previous example. When you have root of A divided by root of B, this is the same as you put everything under root. A out of B, like that. And then when you have root of A plus or minus root of B, this one just remains the way it is. It doesn't change. You cannot add roots. For example, on the calculator, when you press root of 2 plus root of 3, you cannot get root of 6. This is wrong. I mean root of 5. Root of 5. This is wrong. So for addition, subtraction, that doesn't work. So I can also put it here and say that this is not the same as root of A plus or minus B. So that is what we had last time. Actually, in case you have time, you can first write this, in case you missed it last time. Somewhere, not as part of that work there. Because that is what we said last time. And that is what guides us when multiplying roots with anything else. And remember, this is going to be very common when it comes to rationalization of surds and of the denominators. Removing of the square root symbol from the denominator. So let's solve it first here. So that was a quick review about multiplication, division. So we come back to our question, therefore, 2 times root of 6, root of 3, sorry, this is the same as root, everything under root. 2 times 6. then plus root of 2 times 1 the same as 1 times the root of 2. So in other words, this is like the A, this is like the B, this is like a A, this is like the B, like that in the previous summaries. So this is the same as, I've made a mistake here. It is the root of 3. So when you multiply 2 times 3, get 6, then plus 1 root of 2. And this is the same as root 6 plus root of 2. And that is the final answer. We have expanded that. We've expanded that. Actually, still on this, I can give you the other question that factorize. Let me just write it here as a by the way. You can say that factorize root of 6. Let me use red. Root of 6 plus root of 2. In other words, going back to this one here, it is the same thing that we did under factorization. What you need to do is simply say that you express this root of 6 in terms of root 2. In other words, this is the same as, simply go backwards. This is the same as you introduce in a 2 under a 6. It is the same as 2 times 3, then plus root of 2, which is the same as root 2 times root 3, then plus root of 2. Then from here, you bring out the common factor, which is the root 2. You bring it out. So we'll have it as root of 2 into brackets. Here and inside here remain with the root of 3, and then plus a 1. And that is how it comes back to this other one. So you can see how it comes out. Okay, we're done with that. Then we can have the last example here, then we go to the rationalization. Part G says root 2 plus root 5 into brackets root of 3 plus root of what can I use, plus root of okay, let me have it as 6, like that. Expand that. Everything, we're still looking at expansions. So this is the same as root of 2 into brackets root 3 plus root of 6. Remember what you did in example, I think number 2. Then plus root of 5 times root of 6. That is for the first time. Hey, no, I've made a mistake here. So this is the same as plus root of 5 into brackets root 3 plus root of 6, like that. In other words, remember this, a plus b into x plus y. It is the same as you multiply the a with everything in the other bracket, and then plus b times everything in the other bracket. It is the same thing that we have done in that illustration up there. You multiply the 2 with whatever is inside here. That is what we have here. Then you multiply the 5 times whatever is inside here. This is what we have here. So once you have done that, then we can remove that bracket there by saying that this is the same as root 2 times root of 3 plus root of 2 times root of 6 plus root of 5 times root of 3 plus root of 5 times root of 6. Like we said that when multiplying, it is the same as putting everything under the root. So root of 2 times 3 plus root of 2 times 6 plus root of 5 times 3 plus root of 5 times 6. So this is the same as the root of 6 plus root of 12 plus root of 15 plus root of 30. And that is our answer. That is where we stop on that. We can have the last example here, the very last one about expansion. So we can have part H. It says that expand root 2 plus 5 into root of 2 minus 5. That, yes. Okay, that after this, I'm going to give you one question, then you expand, then you give me the answer. Yes, no. So on this one here, still do the same thing. You multiply root of 2 times whatever is in the other bracket, root of 2 minus 5. Then plus 5 into brackets, root of 2 minus 5. So when you expand, this is the same as root of 2 times 2. Okay, let me first leave it out. Let me not skip that. This is the same as root 2 times root 2. Then minus root 2 times the 5. The 5 is not under root. Then plus 5 times root of 2. And then minus 5 times 5. Why am I having a minus? Is because of this positive times this minus, you get a minus. So this is the same as root of 2 times 2 minus this times this, root 2 times 5, get minus 5 root of 2 plus 5 times root of 2 shall get 5 root of 2, then minus 25. From this step, consider this one here is the same as this, positive minus, so they cancel out. And we shall remain with the root of 4 minus 25. But a 4 has a square root, which is a 2. So 2 minus 25, this will give us our final answer as minus 23 as the answer to this. Okay. So let's have one question for you. I attempt it now, then tell me the answer. It is still about expansion. It says that we have root of 3 minus root of 2 into brackets root of 3 plus root of 2. So try that one out, then you tell me the answer. So you have got 13. Let's try it out together and you see. So the question will say that evaluate or expand, whatever. So this is the same as, we shall have our answer as this is the same as root of so this is the same as what is phrasing? Okay. So root of 3 into brackets root of 3 plus root of 2, then minus root of 2 into brackets root of 3 plus root of 2. So in expanding this, we shall have this one as root of 3 times root of 3 plus root of 3 times root of 2 minus root of 2 times root of 3. And then this minus with this positive gives us a minus. So minus root of 2 times root of 2. So consider this is the same as root of 3 times 3 plus root of 3 times 2 minus root of 2 times 3, and then minus root of 2 times 2. So this is the same as root of 9 plus root of 6 minus root of 6, and then minus root of 4. So from here you can see that this 6 cancels out with this 6, and we shall have it as root of 9 minus root of 4, which therefore equals 3 minus root of 4, which is a 2, and our final answer will be equal to a 1. That is our answer. So where did you go wrong? So with this, we can then introduce ourselves, and we can then go to rationalizing the denominator after having looked at these two. We have a few minutes remaining, but the biggest work is covered now. The biggest work is covered. So you go to rationalizing the denominator. Rationalizing means that you're going to remove the square root from, or the root from the denominator. That's what it means. But if I do corrections to this. So then with this, then you can go to the next part, which says rationalization of the denominator. Rationalizing the denominator. Rationalizing the denominator. So for this one here, you can have examples. We say that rationalization means removing the square root symbol from the denominator. It means removing the square root from the denominator. So the examples here can have, like, for example, part A, 1 out of root of 2. We say that in case you don't have anything like a plus or minus in the denominator, simply multiply both the numerator and the denominator by whatever is in the denominator. So this is the same as 1 out of root of 2. You multiply root 2 in the denominator, multiply root 2 in the denominator, with the numerator. So this will give us 1 times root of 2 divided by root of 2 times root of 2, which will give us root of 2 divided by root of 2 times 2, which will give us root 2, root 2 out of root of 4, which gives us root 2 divided by a 2. And that is our answer for that. So you can see that whatever we've been doing before is being applied here. Multiplying the roots, addition of the roots, we're going to be seeing that in the near future. Then, after this example here, another one is going to be part B. You have 2 out of root 3. Rationalize the denominator. That's the question. So this is the same as 2 out of root 3. So whatever in the denominator, multiply it both in the denominator and the numerator. So this is the same as 2 times root of 3 divided by root of 3 times root of 3. This is the same as 2 root 3 divided by root of 3 times 3. And by the, in case you say that you're multiplying the same value which is under the root of 3 times root 3, just say that the answer is 2. I mean 3. If you're having root 5 times root 5, the answer is 5 automatically. But I didn't want to skip that. So that's why I'm writing it here. So this is the same as 2 root of 3 divided by root of 9. And root of 9 is the same as a 3. And that is our answer. And by the way, on this one again, they may ask you a question that rationalize the denominator and write your answer, or express 2 out of root 3 in the form a root of b. And if your answer is 2 root 3 divided by 3, this is the same as 2 out of 3 root of 3, which implies that your a is actually the 2 out of 3, and your b is actually the root, is actually the 3, like that. This is just as a by the way. Express this in the form a root b. So it means that you're going to rationalize, you're going to remove the square root from the denominator, and you come up with that. Okay, let's have part B, part C. A different one. So maybe the last example, I guess. Part C says 2 out of root 3 plus 1. So like we said that in case you have anything like a plus or minus in the denominator, then they don't just multiply whatever is down on both the numerator and the denominator. In the case of a plus or minus, then you must multiply the conjugate. The conjugate means where there is this plus, you put there a negative, a minus. So this is the same as 2 out of root 3 plus 1. So you multiply the denominator by root of 3 minus 1, the numerator root 3 minus 1. So this will give us 2 times root 3 minus 1 divided by root 3 plus 1 into brackets root 3 minus 1. And this one will give us, on this step, it will give us 2 times root 3. Remember what we've just been doing. Plus 2 times negative 1, you get minus 2. Like that. 2 times negative 1, you get minus 2, like that. Or let me just write it like this. Yes. Make more meaning. So everything divided by root of 3 times root of times root 3 minus 1, then plus 1 into brackets root 3 minus 1. That is what you've been doing before. So this is the same as 2 root 3 minus 2, everything divided by root 3 times root 3, you get root of 9. I'm now skipping some steps, or you may not skip. Then root 3 times negative 1, you get minus root 3. Then 1 times root 3, you get plus root 3. Then positive 1 times negative 1, you get minus 1. So from this, we can see that this positive and negative cancel out. And therefore, our answer will be 2. Let me write it up here. Running out of space. So this one will give us 2 root 3 minus 2. Root of 9, that is 3. Then minus 1. Meaning that the final answer will be 2 root 3 minus 2 out of 2. And that is our answer. Like that. Or you can even simplify it further and say that root of 2 divided by 2, you get 1. In other words, you can write it as root 3. You can write it as 3 root 3 then minus 1 as the final answer. In other words, get 2 root 3 divided by 2 minus 2 divided by 2. So the 2 cancels out and you get that one as your final answer. So you can first have that. Then I give you my question to discuss. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the best of luck. Have a good day.